Hello and welcome to Golf FM. This is a test of the new Ping K Series driver against the standard G440 Max. I know what's going to happen with this K Series driver. I'm going to put it in the shop. People are going to come in and ask me, why is this one more expensive than the G440? What's it doing different? Why is it so much more expensive? And I'm not going to have a good answer for them because I'm going to say, well, the K Series is supposed to be more forgiving. It's their ultimate forgiving driver compared to all of the other ones. And so the question then will be, so is the G440 Max just a bit rubbish then? So I need to find this out. I don't know for a fact what's going to happen with this test. I'm going to hit the 10.5 head in the standard one against the K Series with a standard stiff 50-gram shaft in it. Not maybe exactly what I would use, but it's close enough, and see what the difference is. And if it's anything like my other driver tests, there'll be no difference. But I am genuinely interested to find out. I just think one of these days when I do a driver test, I'm going to find there's a little bit of a difference. So I am still hopeful. I still have a little tiny droplet of hope that maybe, just maybe, there'll be a difference. So what is the difference technically? Well, without going into it in too much technical detail, because I don't actually know, well, I have read the website. There's a very big back weight on the new K Series. 32 grams of weight, which is the most they've ever had far back in the club head. And that makes it more resistant to twisting. The further back you pull the weight from the head, when you hit off center, the face doesn't twist off line as much, which does help a bit, but isn't the be all and end all, believe it or not. The standard G440 only has a mere 29, 3 grams of a difference. I mean, how can it cope with 3 grams less weight at the back? I mean, it's just, I don't know what 3 grams is in layman's terms, but like maybe a few grains of sand or something like that. I don't know. A feather, would that be 3 grams? I don't know. It's not a lot, 3 grams. So I'm not expecting that to make a massive difference. In terms of the other differences, there's there's dual carbon fly on this one, which is like carbon on the top and carbon on the bottom, whereas this only has carbon fly wrap, which means it's just a titanium base. So what chance has it got? Oh, I'll tell you one thing, it's a bit annoying, and I agree with another guy that did a video on this. They've got the same head cover for these. That's just a travesty of justice. The standard head cover for the G440 has just been bolted straight onto the K Series, and it's not even technically accurate because on the outside of the cover it says carbon fly for G440, and this has actually got dual carbon fly, which is a completely different thing and is a life-changing thing. So that's disappointing, Ping. Get that sorted as soon as possible would be my advice to you. Okay, so let's go in the swing room and discuss looks and get on with hitting them. Okay, so the looks, well basically the G440 K Series looks a little bit bigger. That is all I have got to say on the matter. So if you look at them from the top, it is just noticeable, probably no more, that the G440 K Series is bigger from the top. Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, it is identical. And the only bit that's different is you see the carbon on the bottom of the K Series. I actually think it looks slightly better, that it looks almost slightly more technical and a bit more space age. But apart from that, nothing. So it isn't bigger. It's 460cc. They're both the same size. It's just obviously been squished a bit, to use that technical term again. Both got movable weight for fade and draw, which makes no difference. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Sorry, it's supposed to make a difference. And adjustable hosels as well. Go up by something and down by something. Okay, that's all the technical chat you're getting, and I am about to embark on another hitting driver session. If you've seen any of my other driver tests, you will know that this is not a task that is lightly taken. I could be here some time. I'm hoping that I don't have to hit in excess of 80 shots to try and prove that the K Series is better than the 440, because it should be, because it's more expensive. So pounds means yards, does it not? Should do. And yeah, just wish me luck that it doesn't take all night and I can get home in time for tea at a reasonable hour. And I think that's it. So we'll get on with it. We'll hit the G440 first and then move on to the K Series. Okay, so G440 over the ball, looks fine. Got the turbulators on the top, those wee bits that affect the aerodynamics. which you couldn't live without. You wouldn't be able to swing it without the turbulators. It wouldn't be usable. So just as well there, making such a big difference. And apart from that, I quite like it. Looks perfectly nice. Sits fairly square, even just in standard position. Right, let's see how it goes. Maybe a toe strike. It's very loud. I've forgotten how loud it is. 260 in the air, 286. 7.9 from the inside, so I need to sort that out. That's too far inside. Feels quite nice and responsive and loud. I don't mind that. 256, 285. Felt a solid strike. Nice shot. Straight. 257 in the air, 281. It's a little bit spinny at the moment. I don't know if this is optimum setup for me, but it'll be fair. Fair's fair. They'll both be set up like that. I think that was good. 260 in the air again, happy with that. 288. Spin was a bit better there. I haven't got into 290s yet, that's unusual. Should be up in the 290s. Good noise again. If you like a loud driver, welcome to the Ping G440. 263 in the air, 290. Good carry out of this. Hitting a lot straighter than I did in the last driver test. 265 in there, take that. All day long, but it's coming, it's not rolling out as far. 291. I haven't hit this for a while, I actually quite like it. Hit that quite hard again. Decent strike. 269 in the air. It's a good carry for me. 296. Love this driver. Again a solid strike. 264 carry again. 289. I reckon if I put this on a slightly lower loft, it'd be getting even further. Another quite good one. What's going wrong? It'll all unravel soon when I hit the new one. 293, 264 in the air. Consistently good carries. And remember, my sort of theory on forgiveness is that a club is good if it holds on to the distance when you don't strike out the middle. I don't think even drawing the weight back and having a big resistance to twisting can actually overcome anything that operator error can do. So if I come in with the face open and across the line, I'll hit a slicey shot. And it doesn't matter that the MOI is back in the head. If I've got the face at a certain angle and I attack it from a certain path, I'm gonna get a result from that nobody can build out of a club. So you can't take that out. All that resistance to twisting is going to do is give you slightly less twist in the club head and face angle. If you hit that shot as well as the face being open, you hit the toe as well. So it might go slightly less slicey, but it's still going to slice. It's not going to stop stuff happening. You've still got to swing well. Let that be a lesson to you. So that didn't feel like it was out the middle. It's quite far right. I wonder how far that went. God, 269. Maybe I did get it high up in the club face. 297. Pushed right, but it's one of these ones where you get a little bit higher up in the club face and you get a lower spin figure, but quite a high launch. 17-degree launch, 2,100 spin. Has it got a 300 in it, this? It's almost virgin on it, that'd be nice. 264 in the air again. I need to get one of these. Or I'm just swinging well. That's the other thing again, right? Am I just swinging better today? I've done 2 other driver tests recently where I hit about 3 million shots. And I just got slightly better at hitting the driver now because of that, because I haven't been playing that much before those. Who knows? I think it's a lot to do with it. It's how you swing. All right, come on, 300. No, not with that strike. Toe strike. There is a thing called gear effect. So when you do hit off the toe or the heel, you get corrective spin because there's roll and bulge on a driver, so it tries to come back anyway. So like that spin there, that was toe strike with an inside path massively, 10 degrees, which is ridiculous. And it tried to come back for various reasons, but it doesn't know where the target is, the ball. It just goes where it's hit. Good strike again, hopefully it's a better path. 266 in the air. These are good figures. How many have I hit? 13. I'm going to hit 2 more and we're leaving it at that, I think. I'll have a couple to try and get over 300 and then walk away. I felt like it was off the bottom, so that won't be 300. Yeah, T's still in the ground, it's a giveaway. 255 in the air. Yeah, not as good, but that's what will happen. That will happen, so we'll leave it in. Right, last chance for 300. Unless it's an absolute shocker, and we'll have another go. Felt like a good strike. A little bit left. Never know, I suppose. 262. Nah, it's not going to get there, is it? Right, it's 15, and they were all reasonably good. It was quite a good batch, that, okay, overall for carry. I know it didn't hit the heights of 300 or anything, but it seems to be a rarity these days. I think I actually need to go down a little bit in loft to do that. It's just coming down a bit quick. Anyway, let's try the K Series and see how it does. So that's a relatively tough act to follow for me because I hit that quite well. I really liked that driver. This will be going some to beat that, I reckon, but we'll see how it does. So it does look bigger. So if you want something to look more confidence inspiring, maybe, it does look bigger. Might make you think it's going to be easier. So is it any less square or whatever than the G440? No, I don't think it is. I think it's the same. I'm just imagining that G440 looks more. No, it doesn't. It looks the same. So that's good. So it looks square. I think it's always a good thing. That's just my opinion. Okay, let's see how it goes. Same shaft, same loft, same person, same lack of ability. Quite a nice noise. Almost less loud, is it? I don't know. It felt possibly less loud. They've got stuff in this to make it go less. Well, that was a good carry, 267, 293. To make it sound less noisy, apparently, there's little bits inside it which help it not to sound quite as frying panish. So let's see what it's like. That was a good one to start with. I don't think I hit that 100% is good. Nice and straight though. 264 in the air. These are good. Or am I just, again, these are good, I'm saying. These are good. As though like the last test, I'm hitting them better than I hit the Callaways and the TaylorMades. Am I just swinging better? How about that for a theory? That didn't sound or feel that good. It still tried its best. 262 in the air, 286. It's similar sort of figures to the other one at the moment. Doesn't feel a lot different. Possibly not quite as noisy, maybe. Is that possible? I'll probably be told by millions of people it's way louder. So I don't know what I'm talking about there. It's a nice noise, it's fine. I don't know. That's a bit of a low one. 256, 289. It's done all right. That wasn't a great shot. We'll leave it in because we've got to mix it up a bit. A wee towy one maybe, 257. It's done pretty well. They're very forgiving, these clubs. I mean, don't get me wrong when I'm talking about drivers and almost saying that, you know, the new one's not any better or whatever and stuff like that. They're all really good. Like the design of these now compared to what they were, well, you really have to go back before the 460cc era. But before that, so that's like 20 years ago virtually, I think now. And they're so much better being this size and being the way they're designed. So much easier than drivers used to be. So you should be pleased that you're living in an era where drivers are good. They're very expensive and they don't get a lot better from year to year, but they're still really good all the time. I don't know if I would know that I was hitting anything different. 271 in the air though. Oh, I made it! Yes! A 300, you've no idea how long that took in the Callaway test. I was a broken man before I got to that level, and in the TaylorMade, it didn't happen at all. I've just given the game away. I've just ruined the ending for some of you if you haven't seen those videos. But there it is, 300. So it's officially better. So we can just end the test now, because this got to 300 and the other one didn't. Many of I hit 21, it's supposed to get to 30. Right, we'll just keep going now, but the pressure's off. The pressure is off, there's no 80 shots going in here now. Don't even need a shower desperately when I get home, I don't think, after this. What a breeze. Thank you, Ping. Imagine you got more than one over 300, then it really would be driver of the year. 265, 294, good one again. I'm not always sure how I've hit it. They all sound similar, unless I'm just hitting them all quite well. 262, 294. This is good. I think if this had gone up against the Callaway and the TaylorMades, it would have been wiping the floor with them at the moment. But then on that day would have just been as bad with this as I was with them, probably. This is a joy tonight. I didn't think a driver test would ever be a joy. Oh, 297, 259 in the air. This is lovely. This is a lovely experience. I used to hated driver tests. This has been the most enjoyable one so far. I didn't even hit that very well. What was that going to do? 255. Trying its best to get to 290. 249. That's a bit of a bad strike. Oh, look at that. 263, 296. This is good. Miles right. Was hitting very hard at that, I think. Felt like I was. 259, 284. Don't think I middled that either. T still in the ground, bad sign for me. 247, yeah, in there, 281. Right, come on, one good one to finish. T still in the ground. Might have to hit that again. 2 T in the ground jobs to finish. Now we're not having that. That wasn't too bad, hopefully. 266 in the air. Yeah, did it again, 300. Unheard of, unheard of. Right, I tell you what, I'm not going to put myself through hell, but I'm going to have another couple of goes just with the G440 Max to see if I can hit 300. That's dangerous talk, I know, but I'm not going to hit more than about 10, okay? I might not let you see them all, but I'll just show you if I get to 300. But that was impressive. That was impressive. I just want to see if now, maybe I'm warmed up, in the mood, I can get 300 with the G440 Max. That event you've just witnessed there could make national headlines. Me getting 300 yards twice in a driver session on YouTube. That's miracle stuff. Right, okay, let's see if we can just get one out there with the G. What have I done here? Wrong club. Sorry, yeah, correct club now. Yeah, I just need to try this a bit longer because the video isn't long enough. It needs to be minimum of about 24 minutes, doesn't it? Or nobody will watch it if it's from Golf FM. It won't be worth watching. Right, come on, G440 Max, can you do it? That's made a good noise. Oh, it's right, but I don't know, it doesn't matter. If it goes over 300, it doesn't matter if it's a lost ball. 269 in the air again, that's good. This one just seems to stop quicker for me. I don't know why that is. A little bit spinnier, but why would it go higher? That's weird. Maybe it was just my shot. Right, come on, this is supposed to be the last one. We'll see about that. Quite a decent attempt to sign off on, I would say. 264 in the air. No, haven't done it. So that's a turn up for the books, is me thrashing the older one to see if it can keep up with the newer one. Usually it's me trying to make sure the new one has been given enough shots to show that it can beat the old one. But it didn't on this occasion. So I think possibly I would have to do something with loft on that, whereas maybe that is fine for me at 10.5. I'm surprised by that, but it doesn't matter. Let's have a look at the figures and see how it all panned out. Right, so we've got 156 ball speed on each one. We've got swing speed was the same, 105. 2,500 spin on the 440 Max and 2,288 on the K Series. 262 carry on the 440, but only 260 on the K Series, and 290 total and 292 total on the K Series, so it seemed to be rolling out a bit further. Yeah, 31 yards of roll as opposed to 27. So whether it was the batch or the design of the club, I would have thought possibly more just the batch that I'd potentially been a bit spinnier with the 440, but maybe not. Maybe it's designed to be lower spin, I don't know. There's a chance, I suppose. I just thought with the weight back, if anything, it would launch it higher and might have a little bit more spin, but I found it went a little bit further more easily than possibly the 440 did. But when you look at those figures, let's not get this round the wrong way. They're almost identical. Okay, there's a little bit less spin on the K Series, but it's not massive amounts, and that could have been a higher spin rate session I had with the G440 Max than I had with the K Series. But yeah, if you go by those figures, you could say, well, yeah, it's lower spin and it rolls out further, and therefore it's a little bit longer. And it did actually carry the G440 Max 2 yards further if you really want to get picky with it. But basically what I see there is two really similar sets of stats, right? They're both 10.5 stiff shafted clubs, and they've basically gone about the same. There's quite a bit of a difference in price. I think it's like $579 to about $499 roughly is how it's gonna, or $569 for the K Series and $499 for the standard one. So on paper, there's not enough of a difference there to worry about. So if you don't want to spend the extra money, I really don't think you're missing out very much. I kind of thought this would happen, that it would only be marginally different. But I mean, you look at the carries further on the 440 Max, but then the roll out is further on the K Series, so it's only 2 yards. It's no difference to your game whatsoever. So even if you do take it as black and white, those figures, that there really isn't enough of a difference to bother about. So you'd be better saving yourself money and just getting the standard one. But I do have to give credit where credit's due, and I managed to get 2 300s in the bag with the K Series, which I didn't do with any other driver in my recent driver tests. It could have just been a one-off. I normally do get some more than I've been getting. And I did get, I think, a 301 in the Callaway Elite. So it's better than the K Series. There you go, by 1 yard. So we all know that's not true. What I think we do know is that we've got another good driver there in the K Series, and fine. If you want to feel like you've got the one that offers the most forgiveness out of anything on paper that Ping make, then by all means be my guest, buy that one. But for the average majority, I think it's another familiar tale with drivers, and that there isn't enough of a difference to bother about. Okay, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one.